Gray and Jeremiah on the way in. It almost feels weird. I mean, this is the first time for myself and these two young men that we've ended the season on a win. We lost a heartbreaker last year to St. X in a great state semifinal game and didn't get a chance to get to the state championship game. And I think, if anything, and maybe these guys agree, maybe they won't, but that kind of stiffened our resolve. Like, we're going to get back here and we're going to do it. And, we played a great Colerain game in the state semifinal last week. And, I mean, that was a good team. And then we played Mentor for the state championship, and I couldn't be happier for these two young men and the rest of the team. We're bringing home our first state title, Division I.
Last year, you talked more quarterback. We just talked about his game, 6 touchdowns, record-breaking night.
Well, I mean, if Demeatric was here right now, he'd tell you that, he wanted to make sure he did everything possible to make sure these seniors got the state championship and capped off their senior year. And our guys talk about it, and maybe I go into it too much, but these two young men up here and other guys on our team, they kind of surrender themselves to the team. They don't worry about stats. They don't worry about, I mean, you won't find our guys rushing for 2,500 yards and throwing for 3,000 or anything like that. You'll find guys like these two who are very good tacklers. You'll find an offense that doesn't turn the ball over very much. And that's kind of been our ingredient. And, Demeatric just being a sophomore, I think these guys took him under their wing and told him, you know what, you're going to be the leader of the offense. Come on in, brother. And he'll be the first one to tell you when that happens, and you guys know this, when you surrender yourself, those big stats, and I didn't know it was a state record. How many was it? Six rushing touchdowns. But the next one helped us win the game. And then the next one helped us win the game. And Demeatric can speak for himself, but that's kind of the way he's done it all season. And the last thing you want to do is come to the sidelines and look at one of these seniors in the eyes and say, I just messed up your senior year. And if anything, he enhanced it and helped him win a state championship.
Jay, the Mentor coach kind of compared him to JT Barrett. And I mean, you're kind of leaning on him the way that, Urban does with JT, it seems like. And he scored 16 touchdowns in the last 4 weeks, something like that.
Well, I guess, yeah, but I don't know if I'm compared to a big college coach. I'm just Coach Dum Dum of the local high school team. But these guys, for us, it's a lifestyle. We spend a lot of time with these guys, and we get to know them from junior high all the way up. And, and like I said, if the game plan calls for a B-gap quarterback run, that's what we're going to do. If the game plan calls for a counter play from the wing with Gray last week against Colerain to help put the game away, that's what we're going to do. If the game plan calls for Jeremiah to plow it in our unbalanced, and everybody knows where we're going to run it. We're going to run a C-gap play in our unbalanced line, and he plows it in. So everybody kind of has their thing that they do. And today, I told him, what we did today is kind of like your duty. And that's kind of how they took it. And our offensive line really came off the ball the second half. And like I said, state champs.
Coach, what does this mean to you personally? I know you're a 15-year guy. You've been doing this a long time, and you're part of the community more than anybody at this point right now. What does it mean to you personally?
Well, what's it mean to you?
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
It is. What does it mean to you?
It means a lot because we've been working since the off season. Like Coach Sharrett said, we had a heartbreaking game, lost in the state Final Four, and we just want to make sure we made it further and got to this point and won.
Demeatric?
It means a lot to me too. Me and my players, my teammates, and the fans who came here to support. Just came out here to get the win for you guys.
Demeatric, when you got up this morning, did you ever imagine 161 yards and 6 touchdowns?
No. One thing I had in my head was to get the win.
What are your thoughts on that now that it's happening?
Right now, it didn't hit me yet, but what did hit me is the win, and that's all I care about right now.
Jeremiah, could you hit on, how do you explain him getting all those touchdowns like that?
He does a great job running the ball. He's a great quarterback. The line blocked great, and we just went out there and played hard.
Coach, it was kind of a back and forth thing there, obviously, in the third quarter, and you made the 4th down stop there of them, and then turned into like a 14-point swing right there.
I think that was a key point in the game. I mean, they came out with their halftime adjustments, and we did too. And we made a little adjustments in our coverage and a little bit of our pass rush. But, I mean, their quarterback's a great decision maker. and he worked the way down the field. Now, on the 4th and short, I thought they were going to run the ball, and Jeff Lamonaco did too, so we put a little heavy set in, and they passed it, and fortunately for us, it was incomplete. But I think that really made our guys think, man, we can do this, because I think we drove the ball, I don't know what it was, 90-some yards, 90-some yards for a touchdown, and it may have, I mean, it surprised me. I think it stunned them and our opponents, and from then, I just felt like, and I think our offensive line, I mean, they got their dandruff up a little bit, there's no doubt about that. And trying to get them calmed down when they come over the sidelines, holy Toledo, those guys are like out of control. But they couldn't wait to get back out on the field. And they came off the ball, and like I said, got the creases, got Demeatric some big runs, got Xavier Henderson big runs, and got some plow touchdowns from Jeremiah. And Gray comes in, he's a two-way player for it. Both these guys, Jeremiah and Gray, are. And they'll play 100-plus plays a game. And that's what they had to do to win the state championship, and that's what they did.
Coach, was there an adjustment you made defensively? In the first quarter, Tad Ruiz was 7 for 10 for 121 yards. For their other 3 quarters, 8 completions for 75 yards.
I thought their offensive line did a very good job blocking us. And one of our two main blitzers are sitting right beside me, and they neutralized us with some bigger formations. And then when we like to get Gray on the move after the quarterback, but they would swing the back or something and break him off. I mean, it's just a great scheme on their part. And then he just stands tall in the pocket, and he throws, and the nose of that ball's down, and he sticks that deep in and picks up that 3rd and 9 when he needs it. And but I think after we talked about it at halftime, our defensive back said, you know what, let's make him beat us over top. And they did throw over top on us 3 times in the second half. Thank goodness they were all overthrown or just off the fingertips of drop. But we didn't want them beating us in front of us anymore. We want to beat them over top, and fortunately they were incomplete passes.
Gray, Jeremiah, playing Colerain and then playing Menor back-to-back, 2 completely different styles of offense. What was that like for you guys in preparation? Was that difficult to adjust from one to the next?
It was very different because Colerain likes to just run the ball every time. And then switching to this team, they can pass, they can run, they can do both. So we have to just make sure we adjusted and did our jobs and did our roles.
It was different going in the Colerain game because they were in the triple option, and it was just, we never faced that all year. But Menor, we faced the spread pretty much like all year, especially in the playoffs. So it was like coming back to like what we were used to.
Jay, from a more big picture perspective, Central's had an awful lot of great teams over the years, made a couple state championship games. Is there anything that's different about this group that you guys are finally able to break through?
No, I think I think the resolve of this team, and this is a reward for Chaz Anderson, Brian Peters, Shane Bone. I can run down through 20 names of kids who played their hearts out and came up short either in the state championship or the state semis. And this is a reward for them too. And our guys really cherish when our alums come to practice. I think Taco Charlton was on the sidelines today, and it's weird because they have such a strong connection with each other. So they get a piece of the state championship too, and I can be happy for our alums also.
Coach, this is the 3rd trip here and 3rd time's a charm. You finally got the monkey off your back, so to speak. I know you mentioned before.
Remember, there's a lot of guys that never get a monkey on their back.
Yeah. But again, I asked you what it felt like, but you never really gave me an answer on that one. So what does it feel like to you?
To be state champ?
Yeah, absolutely.
To end the season on a win, it feels pretty good. Each team, just like Jared was saying, each team's different. And they played in the state semis or state championship just as hard as these guys. And all you can do is ask them to give 100% effort and just play Tiger football, and that's what they did. They happened to come up short. This team, 21-21 at halftime, we went in, made our halftime adjustments. The guys got their feet back on the ground, and it looked like business as usual at the beginning of that second half with Menor coming down, driving right down the field. But they also had to pick up 2 third-down converts on that drive too. So you knew we were stalling them out a little bit. We just couldn't quite stop them. But I don't know about a monkey on the back. It feels pretty good to win a state championship. But when we've got 2 runner-up trophies also, and I'm pretty proud of those teams. And I know those guys who helped us get to that level. you learn each time you come here. And we knew how to approach this week and how to keep everything routine and not break out of anything, and that's what they've done for the last 5 weeks.
What this whole thing means, talked to you the other day about, getting this win for your coaches.
Yeah, sure. It means a lot. This senior class, we've been playing together since we were little, since we were 8, 9, 10 years old. And to go out in this way with this senior class and get in the ring for Coach Sharrett and Coach Lamonaco, it means a lot. It means everything.
Xavier, you, the last couple of weeks, you've been running the ball a lot more in addition to playing so much defense. Has it been fun for you to be such a big part of the offense?
Oh, for sure. Whatever I can do to help contribute. That offensive line, they've been playing outstanding the last 2 games. They've been dominating, and they're a big reason why we've been winning. We won the state championship. So it's fun for me to win games, and whatever I need to do is what I'm going to do.
David, can you speak on the play of your super sophomore quarterback here, Demeatric Crenshaw?
Yeah, somebody needs to check his age. I'm not sure how old he is, but he's amazing. And so he did great things this year. We, Coach Sharrett and I, the seniors, we challenged him to step up and play larger than his age. And so he did that. He showed it here tonight, him and that offensive line. And so big things coming for him, and I'm excited to see it.
Anything else?